not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, please, people, come on, we're adults here.
You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People, in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know.
This channel is harsh reality.
Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said, and I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like this can't. No, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of sad. She was more of the prissy girl. Like,
that is the best shit fucking
shopping for dresses with mommy. I was the, tomboy that liked playing with the people.
Shout out to Cherry for just being just easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had, man. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Since your old man ain't got no heart, why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. good evening, people. What? Oh my goodness. I am so glad to see you guys. It's been a few days, man. Right? Right? It's been, since shit. I don't think I was live since Friday. I mean, I did Melanie Little's channel, her live stream on Sunday, which was awesome, by the way. Big thank you to her for having me up again. Big thank you again for having me up for the first time. But yeah, man. She was great. We had a great time. I look forward to doing that again very soon. And I think that'll be here next time we do that. But yeah, and got a little bit of a subscriber boost from that. So for those of you who are new to the channel and coming here from Melanie Little or wherever else you're coming from, welcome. And I hope that you are enjoying the channel, and I hope that you do enjoy the channel moving forward. So yeah, man. Yeah, listen, full disclosure, folks. I don't have anything to talk about. I don't have anything to talk about. I think we've covered everything. I mean, I could sit here and just yap about how the feds are coming and how Karen Reed is innocent, blah, blah, blah. And I probably will do so. It'll probably happen organically. But see what I did there? Y'all see what I did there? AKA Cat Lady. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Welcome to Logic. So what we're gonna do, I just really honestly, I just wanted to hang out with you guys. It's been so long. It's been days and days, man. It's been a minute. I got a few things on my mind, and I'm actually doing really well at this diet, but man, like, of course, the longer you do it, the more difficult it becomes. And I'm at that real difficult stage, man. I swear to God, like yesterday, I ordered, because KFC has like buy one, get one free wings. Really difficult to like pass up, right? And I literally like ordered some KFC wings from Uber Eats, and then I canceled it. I was like, no, but I literally ordered it and then canceled it, and I took a hit on the money because, I mean, they gave me most of my money back. They gave me most of it back. But I still took a hit on money, and I was like, and that even was difficult because like I was like, that what you're doing when you cheat on a diet, okay, when you do anything that you're not supposed to do, what do we all do? Because we all think that we're really good people, right? So what we do is we find ways to justify our actions in our head, right? Isn't that what we do? So that was my whole, that's what ended up happening to me. First it was, oh, it's buy one, get one free. Ooh, when's that going to happen again? I've been doing really good. You know what I mean? One time, it's not gonna mess up my diet. And then I was like, no, this is how you always do it. And then I was like, fuck it. And I did it. And then I canceled it. And then they were like, oh, there's so and so much money that you're still going to be charged. Do you still want to cancel? And I was like, and then I started going through it in my head again. And then I was like, yes, just do it. Just cancel it. Boom. And so I did not eat those wings. I have consumed nothing but baby spinach, sliced turkey, and cottage cheese and hummus, but not a lot of hummus. And I really want McDonald's. I'm not even trying to lie. I really want McDonald's. It's not gross, man. Like it's good and it feels good and it feels good to make the progress too. Um and yes, I'm a little moody, Cherry. You're absolutely right. I'm a little moody. No doubt about that. I'm a little moody. But luckily I have you guys to hang out with. So like seriously, like 90% of the reason why I went live today was simply because I just wanted to hang out with you guys and I wanted to keep my mind off of this diet and other things that are happening in my life right now. But good things are upon me. Good things are upon me, I believe. Because I got a trip coming up that I'm very excited about and can see some family that I haven't seen in a very long time, and I'm really, really excited about it. So yeah. So we're just gonna wing it today, which I always do. It's just usually I have something to talk about set up and ready to go. Today, I don't. So I mean, I'm just gonna.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Steve Regal, thank you so much. Here's some money you lost on your wings. Oh my goodness, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Chantal Caesar says, make chips out of Parmesan cheese to go with the hummus. Amazing. No, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm trying to avoid bad fats. You know what I mean? I'm trying to avoid bad fats, Chantal. But that does sound amazing. So thank you for the temptation that I was trying to avoid. Appreciate it. I'm just giving you shit, Chantal. Thank you so much. And yes, I love hummus so much. I love it so much. I think maybe I might have been born an Arab. Maybe. I don't know. Eat low carb, you won't be hungry. What do you mean? Eat low carb. Like, no, dude. Like, I don't give a shit what you say. See, I'm trying to cut weight. Like, I'm trying to burn fat, like, fast, you know? And I got the exercise part down. That I'm, like, fully disciplined in. But it's the food, man. Because the thing is also one of my favorite things about getting so much exercise is after I'm done working out, you eat. You know what I mean? That's what you do. Like you know what I mean? Like you work up this appetite, and then like the big reward after working your ass off, you know, in the gym is to like pig out, man, you know? I am doing somewhat intermittent fasting. I'm cheating on the intermittent fasting though. Like I'm eating like one time a day, like a salad, like a spinach salad. Thank you, Sarah, for becoming a member. Welcome to Logic. I eat like a spinach salad. And then I put a little olive oil on there because it's good fat. And I put a little I put very little like Caesar dressing, very little. And then I put I substitute what I basically replace what I would like to use in salad dressing with cottage cheese, and it actually works pretty well. It's pretty tasty. So, or at least I tell myself that it's tasty. Oh, and Dollar General has these bags of like pre-cooked diced chicken breast for like $2.50 each, dude. So like I'm just grabbing those things like, you know what I mean? And I nuke the bag for a minute and then I dump it in my salad. And so I'm getting all the protein I need, you know? So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like today I was the epitome of self-control Well, I wouldn't say the epitome because I did eat one slice of bacon, but I bought bacon for Clubber. I actually bought the bacon with the intention of eating the bacon because I was like, oh, okay, that's fine, you know, because it's protein. A little bit of bad fat's not going to be too bad. But I did it for the bacon grease because I like to add bacon grease to Clubber's food. He loves it. And so like, but the package I ended up getting, because I got the food delivered. So like the package that I ended up getting was just real fatty slices of bacon. And so I was like, I can't eat this shit. And so I just cut it up in little pieces and put it separately. And I'm adding little by little of it to Clubber's food when I feed him. It's not okay. Listen, it's not the dollar store. Dollar General is just a name brand, started off as a dollar store, but it's basically just a smaller grocery store is all it is. It's perfectly like it's prepackaged. It's not like, and it's, you know, it's fine. And it's probably not the best chicken, but it's cheap. And I have put shit into my body my entire life. And it is a miracle that I'm still healthy, you know, knock on wood. It is a miracle that I'm still healthy. But yeah. Yellow Truth Seeker debate stream for shits and giggles. Debate stream. I actually I'm probably gonna stream Plevin's last stream. Just cause, you know, he had a guest on there. And I thought about playing it last time, but it was, yeah, we had gone on for too long. So yeah. Oh my God, Kendra Corella, thank you so much for more cheap shitty chicken. Thank you so much, Kendra. That was very, very sweet of you. Wow. Thank you guys so much, Kendra, for more cheap shitty chicken. I love it. You guys are so supportive. I love it. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Yeah. Oh, and I got some guacamole too, because I know, yeah, avocado is really good. Avocado is really good. JLR manhunt coverage. Is he wanted by the law? Nuh-uh. Salmon. Salmon, is that like an Italian Jamaican dude? Salmon. Is that what that is? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, fuck JLR. Yeah, I'm not gonna cover him. Yeah, no one wants JLR. Fuck that guy and his stupid ass girlfriend. Yeah, I got into it with her on Twitter. Man, like she's a special kind of stupid. Yeah, these girls that end up dating like I mean, now okay, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but Dolly Vision just recently had a heart attack. And so, you know, I postponed my shit talking of Dolly for, you know, because here's my thing. Some people would be like, what? You know, I even sent him a message hoping that he gets better and everything. Diane, thank you so much. Have you heard from the McCabe's being shut out of the Canton sports meetings? Also saw something about Karen and Jackson. CF McCarthy's good for you on your diet. Thank you. I have, I'll get back to that in a second. Yeah. So Dolly Vision had a heart attack. And I, you know, I did feel bad. You got to understand something about me. I don't hate anybody that I talk shit about on here. Anybody that if I even have feelings that even resemble hatred for them, like genuine hatred, I won't even discuss them. I won't even, yeah, I won't, you know, I might do one stream talking about what I need to talk about, get it out of the way, and then after that, you know, that's it. I refuse to put energy towards hatred for somebody. Um, but you know, I don't hate Dolly. As far as I'm concerned, he's a member of the community. You know, we fundamentally disagree on a lot of things. Most things. Honestly, a lot of it just has to do with the fact that he has no basic understanding, no common sense basic understanding of how the law works. But also, you know, he's morally compromised as well in the way that he does things. And so, you know, but he is a member of this community nevertheless. You know, he's the same grind as the rest of us who are up here on this platform. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to have that minimum respect for somebody, you know, as long as it's not personal. But you know, it's never been personal between me and Dolly, at least not to my knowledge. So you know, I was genuinely worried about him. But he seems to be doing better now, and he's doing live streams again, and so I'm glad that he's doing better. But the reason why I brought that up, what made me think of it, was because man, his girlfriend is really stupid. His girlfriend's just fucking dumb. So and then you know you have JLR's girlfriend who's just as fucking dumb. I don't know, maybe she's a little smarter than Dolly's girl, but man, that girl's dumb. But it made me think of Dolly and his heart attack, and I'm glad that he's okay. And I'm actually glad for his girlfriend that he's okay too. I'm sure she was genuinely worried and upset about what happened. Yeah, Mazda Media, can you believe it? Oh my God, yeah, Jesus, the tea and all that shit is just stuff that would just annoy me talking about it. Like if I heard somebody talk about it for long enough, it would annoy me. So like me talking about it would annoy me, hearing myself, and I just won't do it. So have you heard about the McCabe's being shut out at the Canton sports meetings? I did see I saw a post about it where allegedly Jen McCabe had to be restrained by Matt, and they were freaking out about it or whatever. And yeah, I think I reposted something about it. Let me get into this real quick. Let's fuck around on Twitter a little bit since we don't really have that much to do here. So oh God, and then there's this dickhead. Look how stupid this guy is. How fucking dumb this guy is. Like this guy has like 200,000 subs, bro. Like it just makes me worry about the intelligence of people. Look at this shit. So he posts because apparently there was these two planes that collided in a runway at an airport. And it's a commercial, you know. These are commercial flights. And he posts, so who's willing to fly on this refurbished plane after they piece the tail back on? And I was just like, listen to this guy, bro. It's like where Twitter, I don't understand. See, the thing is with him, I think what he does is he just doesn't say much at all when he's on his YouTube channel. He just lets the content speak for itself. He just plays shit that's already being covered by, you know, doesn't add any commentary almost at all or anything. But on Twitter is when he shows his level of intelligence, because on his YouTube channel he plays it safe and just keeps quiet. That's the best thing to do. Smartest thing to do when you're stupid is just to shut the fuck up. So him, like, he thinks that, like, for some reason Twitter and YouTube are just not even, so he posts this. Let me read that one more time. This is Ick and Mel's big brain at work. So who's willing to fly on this refurbished plane after they piece the tail back on? Laughing emoji. Ha ha, I'm crying laughing. And so I wrote back, dude, every plane you get on is refurbished in some way, genius. What do you think they do? Throw the plane in the trash every time something is wrong with it and build and buy a brand new one? Build or buy a brand new one? You think you're getting on a fresh plane every time you buy a ticket? Why do you think there's an entire industry dedicated to commercial aircraft repair? You're a sharp one, buddy. You're a sharp one, Ick and Mel. We love you, buddy. I mean, yeah, dude. Dude, who the fuck here hasn't gotten on an airplane when and saw an ashtray in the arm of the fucking airplane that was welded shut? Who hasn't done that? I mean, I don't even travel that much, and I've seen it. Airlines are all about making money, dude. That's what smart businesses do. They're all about making money. Like sitting there and discarding an entire airplane because it needs repair is not smart business. Hiring engineers and mechanics and well-qualified people who can work on and fix airplanes, keeping them on the payroll and making sure that everything is tuned up, everything's good before it takes off with a passenger with about 230 passengers. Yeah, that's a good idea, is to have those on the payroll. It's cheaper and it ensures quality. Wow. Anyway, sorry, I was looking at my notifications and I saw that and I was just like, all right. Teresa, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my God, I hadn't even thought about like checking the comments, bro. Well, yeah, one of these is personal. There's only 2 comments. One of them's personal. I'm not gonna read it. But Carrie B was like, trigger warning, Mel. With that haircut, I hope you're not trying to board first class. Even the airline staff might ask for a ticket just to avoid you in the cabin. Oh my God, dude. All right. All right. Where is that shit, man? Yeah, these angry McAlbert supporting Karens are just the best on Twitter, man. Yeah, these folks are just fantastic. I love them all very much. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is where what that super chat was talking about here. So, Missy Lurch. Missy Lurch. Okay. Give me a second to process that name. So she puts this post up. Says, disgusting. Now the world is seeing Free Karen Reed for what it is. They are getting worse. Continuously going after these witnesses or supporting these efforts is horrendous. You people support this? Oh, and you can thank Karen. Now what she's talking about, she posted this post from Tom. And it says, way to start the school year off of the right foot. Glad parents community are finally speaking up. Right. So what Tom is referring to here in this post is that in a shocking development in Canton tonight, parents have expressed concern about Jen and Matt McCabe taking part in any fall sporting events at Canton this year. One parent was quoted at a recent meeting saying, "They've embarrassed our town and have blood on their hands. Fuck her." Now, keep in mind, folks, this I wasn't there. I don't know how true this is. I didn't see a recording of this, nothing. This is just I'm commenting on a post. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I don't know if this is true. I don't know how reliable this is. I'm just saying. So that screenshot says that one parent was quoted at a recent meeting saying they've embarrassed our town and have blood on their hands. Fuck her. This one says parents have asked school administrators to ban them from attending games. Upon finding out about this, Jen McCabe apparently went into a rage in the school gym and had to be restrained by Matt McCabe, who was yelling, "Why can't you leave us alone? We're the victims in all this." Okay. I'm just a girl in the world gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. So yeah. So according to that tweet, okay, according to the screenshots of that tweet, parents have talked to school administrators, I guess whatever schools the McCabe's kids attend. And it sucks for them. I'll get into that. So if you're asking me now, again, this everything that I'm saying is hypothetical because I don't know how true that is. Okay. I don't know how true that is. That's all I'm saying. So I don't want to make my point and discuss this while it's being confused that I'm perpetuating a rumor. Because I'm really not. But what I think about this rumor, oh, Beetle, thank you so much. Refurbishing, how about the jets in the sky that have flown 50 plus years to protect Americans so ignorant streamers like Mel can comfortably whine? True. Yes. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So that's not the end of that interaction on that. All I did was read the tweet. It's probably better if I get into how I responded here. And what I did was I took a screenshot of her post because she's really upset about it. And so I reposted the screenshot of the post, but I tweaked it a little bit. So here she writes, disgusting. Now that the world is seeing Free Karen Reed for what it is, they're getting worse. Continually going after those witnesses, supporting those efforts is horrendous. You people support this? And you can thank Karen, right? So, but I crossed out Karen and I replaced it with, no, you can thank the MSP, Norfolk DA, and the McAlberts for lying in open court. Because that's exactly the case here. Because Immediately, I'm not gonna lie. Immediately, my mind, when I picture this happening and knowing that they haven't been charged with anything yet, the quickest thing that goes to my mind, the first thought is, oh my God, I don't know, man. That's a lot. You know? I mean, how far is this gonna go? You know what I mean? But immediately that thought gets shut down with, well, I mean, they're fucking liars, dude. Like that's what ends up happening is I feel bad for them for just a split second. And then I'm like, well, no, I don't actually, because it's that I end up that feeling ceases the second that I remember Jen McCabe's testimony and how they conflict with her statements and how her testimony conflicted with itself. I still haven't gone over Jesus. Here I am. You guys want to know how burnt I am? Remember, I said that I was going to go over past testimony and stuff like that from people just to keep us refreshed. I said I was going to do this, and here I am, and I go live, and I didn't even think that was something that I could do. But this is going okay. So I'm actually just enjoying this no agenda kind of thing and hanging out and talking with you guys. So I remember all of that shit. I remember the 911 call. Of course, I remember the 2:27 a.m. search. I remember all of these things, and like they come to me like a flood. They come to me like a flood, and immediately I'm like, well, that's their own fucking fault. Because let's just say that they are innocent, right? Let's just say there's no cover up. I mean, I know you guys are like, wait a second. Huh? Where are you going with this? Let's just say hypothetically, there's no cover up. Let's just say hypothetically, Karen did it. Or even Karen didn't do it. They didn't do it. Some rando driving by did it. And this flew over everyone's head, right? We know that's not true because the ARCA expert said he wasn't hit by a car. DJ, thank you so much. Clara, what's up, bro? Man, trying to book you on cab for next Thursday with Suzanne. Check DMs. Okay. Cab. What's cab? What is that? What's cab? See, you got my brain doing something else, and I almost forgot what the hell I was talking about. And thank you. Well, calling all beings. Right on. Okay, yeah, no, I like calling all beings. Jeez, I'm terrible with acronyms. Calling all beings is dope as fuck. Yeah, I'm super interested in hanging out on your channel and having a nice conversation. I'd be really, really interested in that. That'd be fun. So yeah, I'll check. That sounds great. So yeah, Cherry's right. I am terrible at everything. So let's just say hypothetically, the McCabe's are absolutely innocent of anything that had to do with that night. There's no cover up. It's all just speculation that was created to try to make sense of what happened that night, since Karen hitting him doesn't make sense, right? And it just so happens that this is what happened to them. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say that's the case. Now, the problem that I have with that, though, is they brought this onto themselves, because if that were the case, then why all the lies? Why all the lies? Which brings me to my response and why I changed that post for this lady, this what the fuck's her name? Leech lady or Lech lady. Lurch, my bad. So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, why did I mean if the Massachusetts State Police didn't conduct such a faulty investigation, if the Norfolk County DA's office wasn't involved directly with the Sandra Birchmore case, if there wasn't these associations between the Sandra Birchmore case and these similarities, these things in common with the Sandra Birchmore case with the John O'Keefe Karen Reed case, well then, you know, I wouldn't look so deeply. I wouldn't look into these lies so much. But this 2:27 a.m. search and that at Massachusetts State Police bullshit that took place, that investigation that took place, the fact that Proctor is friends with them, that is all fucked up. That makes it all fucked up. And all of those things, the fact that they kept lying while those things have already come to light, well, then it makes them look absolutely guilty. And it makes people give them the opposite of the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt is out the window for these people because they kept lying. They kept lying, and they were lying about the night of the murder of a Boston police officer. So here's the thing about that. Is it sad? Is it sad that if they're innocent, that they don't get to attend these games and their kids get to lose out on this? Totally, sure. But the problem is that that's what I meant in fixing that post. Is it's not Karen's fault. This is the Massachusetts State Police, the Norfolk County DA's office. This is the McAlberts for lying. All of them lied. Every one of them lied. So this is their fault. All of those people I named. And that's who the McCabe children should be upset at. They should be upset with their parents. They should be upset with not with the community, because the community, I don't blame the community, because the community sees them lying in a worldwide, in a globally broadcast trial, and they lied repeatedly. And then we have all of these other factors to consider, all of these other facts. And the fact that she made that 2:27 a.m. search, I mean, this stinks of cover-up. The McCabe's come off as the shadiest fucking people in Massachusetts right now, and it's their own fault. So, I mean, can you blame, even if they're innocent, with everything that we know, can you blame the community for not feeling comfortable having their kids around them in the same functions? It sucks. But I don't blame the community at all for speaking up. That's the whole point of a democracy. A democracy is like, well, and some might argue, well, it's a mob. Okay. All right. But I don't think it's a mob, considering the fact that they're not doing anything illegal. They're merely speaking up and expressing their lack of comfort with people who lied the way that they have, and the things that they lied about involve the murder of a Boston police officer. these are not people who are going to feel comfortable as a majority. They're not going to feel comfortable in the same functions. There's something very wholesome about a high school sports event. There's something extremely wholesome about that. You bring possible cop killer into that equation, it's not going to be pleasant anymore. There's ink in the water. There's ink in the water. This idiot. I mean, is that we can sit here and argue semantics, but the problem is nobody fucking likes you. People don't like the fact that you know that more than they don't like the fact that I didn't. Think about that. That's how pointless your bullshit in my chat is, Andrea Vickers. Everyone hates you. Like, how does that feel? I wonder how that, I mean, like I've seen people like this. Like there's the bullhorn Bettys, right? Who are just completely oblivious to the fact that everyone just it's like they feed off of it. It's like there's such negative shit like voided soul people that they're so desperate to fill that void and they don't know what to fill it in with, that they'll just take anything they can get, even hatred, because it's not even that they're filled with hatred. They're just empty fucking people. So what they do is they do everything they can to get everyone to hate them. What kind of existence is that? I don't even understand how someone can live an existence like that and go day to day, like, and then actually have the audacity to get into an argument with someone over anything. Like, it doesn't matter what you know over what I know, because all of that is pointless if you don't even know that it takes a certain level of self-respect to interact with people. And that level of self-respect, that minimum level of self-respect, right? That minimum level, it's a requirement of it's I can't even describe it. It's like the minimum level of self-respect is to be where you're wanted and know when to not be. You know what I mean? Like, if I sense that I'm not wanted somewhere and I'm not, okay, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, so you're so oblivious to the fact that you're telling us all, Andrea Vickers, you're telling us all that you'll take any attention you can get, including hatred, pure hatred. See what I mean? You see it as a sign of affection. You see it as a gesture of it's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. That's why I let you be in here. Just so you know. That's why I let you be in here. And so one day you can wake up and go, this is probably the most pathetic existence, is to just go into chats where I'm not welcome and argue semantics. Like, I there's nothing that you could possibly get out of that. And since there's nothing that you could possibly get out of that, that's worthwhile anyway, that tells us, since you're seeking that and you're not seeking anything worthwhile, for some reason that negativity is worthwhile to you, that tells us all everything that we need to know about you. Tells every single one of us. I've known people like you my entire life. And it's interesting that the majority of the Karen Reed is guilty crowd, the majority of them have this similar trait. It's very strange. They have this. I mean, you look at Krusty Panties. She's one of these people. She's clearly one of these people. You look at Plevin, who just goes the opposition just to go the opposition, just constantly infecting Sean's posts with his ignorance. It is a narcissistic trait. Yes, that is true. But I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not going to diagnose anybody here with being a narcissist. But it's those people that walk into the room and the mood shifts and something in them makes them get off on the fact that they ruin the mood for everyone just by their presence. Do you know the type? Well, that doesn't mean anything, Andrea Vickers. I'm glad that I didn't really have anything to talk about because it allows me to focus on this a little bit just for my own personal entertainment. People with families, careers, and friends. Okay, but see, that doesn't mean anything. Everybody has to make a living. Everybody has families. People are born somewhere with someone. They have means to put food on the table, and they have people that they interact with. The fact that you think that having the basics of existence as a human being is something to brag about, is something to get some sort of recognition for, says everything we need to know about your personality. It says that it is such you think so lowly of yourself that you don't think that you even really deserve that. That's the only thing that makes any sense in my mind. In my mind, that's what the only thing that makes any sense, because to the rest of us, that shit is it goes without saying. People with families, careers, and friends, okay? I mean, I can only imagine the kind of friends you have. See, that's the difference. Everybody here has got a family of some kind and careers. Very few people don't have families, and it's not even a means to look down on someone because they may not have that. How does that make you in some way superior? How does that make you in any way superior to anyone else because you have a family, a career, and friends? Everyone has friends. Everyone has friends to some form or another. Sure. I mean, but I can only imagine the kind of friends that you have. Well, family is subjective, man. It's whatever you consider to be family. You know, not all of us are blessed with having a functional family. In fact, most of us aren't blessed with being raised in a functional family environment. Because even still, I mean, to what standard? You make a list and everybody checks that list off, you'll still find something that makes it toxic to some degree. You don't think people with families, careers, and friends have toxic relationships ever? Your entire relationship with everyone involving this case, Andrea Vickers, is toxic. There was nothing toxic going on here until you showed up. And the fact that you don't realize this says everything that needs to be known about you. The fact that you think that naming those things makes you superior in some way because you think in your mind that you're living up to some sort of standard that so many of us are not. But who sets these standards? Who sets these standards? How do you get to think that you're better than somebody who may not have a family, or think that you're better than somebody who chose to go another route with their life instead of actually focusing on a career? See, that's the thing. Okay, let's play that game. You're right. I don't have a very strong education. You're saying the fact that you don't understand what government we have is what is pathetic. Okay. See, I disagree because I think that what's pathetic is even though I may get that simple detail wrong, I know the difference between right and wrong, which is something that you're lacking. That information, when you don't know the difference between right and wrong, is useless. Because I happen to know that with a lack of evidence and then fabricated evidence and then manipulated evidence is not in the interest of justice. I don't have to know what government we have to know that those actions executed by the Massachusetts State Police, the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, and the Canton Police, I know that those actions are not in the interest of justice. And you can't even put that together. So what difference does it make if I know what kind of government we have? What difference does it make if I can't add 2 + 2 and I still know that and you don't? The fact that that is your argument, that that's the best you can do when it comes to discussing this case, tells us all that I am actually more intelligent than you are. That is, I mean, just the fact that I'm more self-aware than you are tells people that I'm more intelligent than you are. You have a sad, pathetic existence. So anyway, that's all the attention you get from me today, Andrea. Next time. So and then this Missy Lurch lady says, yeah, keep on defaming these people. Disgusting. Dude, they defamed themselves. They defame themselves. It's fascinating to me that nobody can that everybody wants to blame Karen Reed. Everybody wants to blame Karen Reed for everything that's happening. Okay, fine. But I mean, the problem is okay, if you believe she's guilty, that's fine. But you can't say that you're acting and advocating in the interest of justice and justice for a fallen Boston police officer. You can't say that honestly and still support Michael Morrissey's office in the Massachusetts State Police. You can't do that with a straight face. You can't do that shit seriously. You can't expect to be taken seriously if you do this. You can't be taken seriously because, yes, okay, again, if Karen Reed is guilty of this crime, which we all know she's not, but if she is, even the people who think she's guilty know she's not. But even the people, I mean, even if Karen Reed is guilty, the bottom line here is that the people who were tasked with the responsibility of getting John O'Keefe justice failed. They failed. Period. They failed through blatant misconduct. Not even just negligence. Blatant misconduct on top of the negligence. So you can't be an intelligent person and expect to be taken seriously if you support the Massachusetts State Police. Well, if you support the Massachusetts State Police's investigation. I'm not going to get on anybody's case for supporting the Massachusetts State Police as an organization just yet. That's your business. I'm not going to do that. But I'm saying you can't sit here and say that you believe in justice and you want justice for John O'Keefe and you're supporting the investigation that took place because you are un-American. Whether we're a democracy or a fucking constitutional republic, whichever the fuck, you cannot consider yourself an American if you support the Massachusetts State Police's methods in their investigation that led to charging Karen Reed. You can't. Jesus, it's just so funny. Like, these people just want to ignore the fact that Michael Morrissey is under federal investigation. That's so telling to me. I can't stress that enough. It's so telling to me that Michael Morrissey is under federal investigation. Like, every single thing that you could just pick out of a hat about this case makes the other thing you pick out of the hat, the next thing that you pick out of the hat, make more sense as to this being corruption and Karen Reed being innocent. It's insane. What board meeting? Yeah, I don't feel sorry for the McCabe's at all. Not just because I think they're guilty as sin of covering this up. I absolutely think Jen McCabe made that 2:27 a.m. search. I absolutely believe that shit. Why the fuck wouldn't I? I've relied on Celebrite to convict felons, to convict murderers in all of the years that I've covered cases. I've relied on Celebrite for this, and then all of a sudden, Celebrite's going to be wrong in a case that just is just raining violations of Karen Reed's civil rights? Dude. Wow. Yuri's math teacher gifted 20 memberships, y'all. Woo! Yeah, that too. Thank you so much. Yuri's math teacher. Thank you so much. That too. When it boils down to it, Jen McCabe's a fucking asshole. Like, tell me that lady is not Tell me she's just a nice fucking neighborhood lady that everyone loves. Get the fuck out of my face. Nobody likes her. She's mean as shit. Are you kidding? You know what I mean? I don't feel bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the people have a right to do that shit too. Like, this lady is such a fucking asshole. We don't even want her here. You know what I mean? Think about that shit for a second. Like, take all that other shit away. Sit there and fucking play me all these violins for the McCabe's. Well, maybe they shouldn't be such fucking assholes to everybody all the time. You know? It's just fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, 2020 didn't do Karen any favors. 2020 didn't do Karen any favors. No, I'm not going to stream Young Jerks. If he's live, then, you know, cool. Catch the replay here if you want to go watch Young Jerks. I'm not going to be mad at nobody. I haven't got nothing pressing I'm talking about. You know what I mean? If he's got Bettero on or something, then, you know, I wouldn't blame nobody for going over there and listening to the almighty Bettero. I mean, 2020 could have been worse, but the only reason it wasn't was because they wanted to come off as objective. You think it's a coincidence they had Vinny on there as like the end all be all expert of this case, and you know, he's the guy that kept saying, I'm not on anybody's side here. I just want the truth. No, dude. Like, stop it. You're saying those things, but when people spoon feed you the truth, you do nothing with it. Vinnie Pollen, you don't do anything with it. So, yeah. And I guarantee you 2020 was aware. Like, didn't 2020 go around outside the courthouse and talk to people? Didn't they do that? Weren't there people that were happy with their interview with 2020 because they got to tell 2020 what was going on? No, they couldn't do Karen any worse, Dina, because again, they wanted to come off as objective. They wanted to come off like, oh, well, you know, we're not on anybody's side here. Like, come on, you know, they're telling us everything, you know, telling me nothing, but they're telling me everything. First thing they say is, oh, a town divided. Like, yeah, bro. A town divided, right? So that's 2020's slick writing way of being like, hey, we're not taking anybody's side here. But the problem is that they left out really crucial pieces of information that's required to fully understand this case, or to even have a basic understanding of where this case is now. They left out crucial information. And that is exactly why they were biased towards the Commonwealth. 100%. It may not seem like it because they didn't necessarily trash Karen Read, but what they did was they left out so many things that would get people to ask questions, valid questions. So many things that, again, were crucial in understanding this case as it is today to some degree, to at least have a fair understanding of where this case is now. Because that shit was, that 2020 we just watched was so fucking last November I don't even. I mean, it might as well have been where the Karen Reed, John O'Keefe case was last November. Might as well have been. Yeah, this is just. It's just very funny to me that. Yeah, Twitter's just been. Yeah, Twitter has just been off the chain the last couple of days. Just off the chain. Pure madness. And then there's the Bullhorn Betty stuff that's going on right now. Oh, and then there's this. Let's go over this. So you guys remember old what's his fucking name? Now I already forgot his name. Is it Tristan? Caitlin Albert's boyfriend. Oh, that's a screenshot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, his name's Tristan. Hold on. Oh, I gotta mute it. Yeah, I can't play that music because I'll get dinged. Wow. Wow. It's a lot of like that's not even grab acid. That's grab rectuming. Like, dude, wait. That's at a Chuck E. Cheese. Why is that happening at a Chuck E. Cheese? And then there's the bukkake dance. Okay. Yeah, I vote bukkake. I vote bukkake. I say his dance is much better. Like I'm feeling the bukkake dance. I'm feeling that shit, people. Like that bukkake is all over my face. Okay? I'm feeling that shit. So nauseating, I know. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it one more time. Wow, look at this dude. And wipe. Yeah. 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 Wipe and wipe. Yeah. 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 Wow. It's just so weird, man. Like when you see this dude like being like this tough guy, you know, to Turtle Boy in Southie, and then you see him do that shit. Like this dude walking around with a fucking badge, sitting on the stand, lying the way that he did, and then I see this shit. Like, there's no way to take these people seriously. There's no way to. There's just no way to take these people seriously, bro. I don't know. It's amazing. Yeah, Twitter was blowing up with this bullshit yesterday. And then I made a meme yesterday, I think it was. What? Yeah. And then and I posted this because listen, everybody was in this uproar. Like you've got this this redheaded chick, whatever the fuck her name is, um, who was on that 2020 episode. She dated John like 20 years ago, you know, like and people the, the term going around for her is bunny boiler. Bunny boiler, which I think is really funny. And so everybody was freaking out because she makes this really like what looks to be like a lot of effort was put into this picture. A lot of effort was put into this picture. And you know, she was doing this and she releases it right around the time of the 2020 episode airing. There was a lot of effort put behind her effort to have some sort of social media status and using John O'Keefe's case to do so, which is really gross, by the way. It's really disgusting. And then but everybody was so mad about it. I mean, it didn't make me mad. I just saw for what it was, and I was just like, fuck that lady, she's an idiot. But everybody got so mad. And so just to lighten the mood a little bit, I made this. And yeah. So that's that's Chad Kroger from Nickelback. um and it got a pretty positive response. People, yeah, it seemed to do the job. Because I mean, the people, this is nothing to get angry about. You know what I mean? This is just an asshole. You know, like don't do that to yourself. This is nothing to get angry about. This lady is just some pathetic fucking hag who can't find any feels like she was entitled to being a star her entire life, but was never willing to put in the work, and then sees this fucking pathetic opportunity and snags it. That's all this is. This is what certain parts of the community, the YouTube community, would refer to as a lol cow. Okay. This is what you would call a lol cow. Okay. Someone who is just so pathetically self-oblivious that they feel the need to just latch on the most low-hanging fucking fruit they can to get some sort of attention on social media. It's really pathetic. So yeah. So yeah, don't get mad at this lady. Just, you know, fuck her. She's stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't even do that to yourself. Silly. 50 minutes of shame. Right. And you know, like nobody's gonna remember her ever. Nobody gives a fuck about that lady at all. Justice for Nickelback. No. See, that's what you don't understand. Is 2020 didn't think she was relevant to the case. They thought that she would look the best on TV for their segment on the case. That's all. That's all. Because they know the viewer who doesn't know shit about these people or the case is just going to accept her as being close to them. They're just going to assume that she is. 2020 understands this. They know this. So they see her, they see that she's, you know, girl next door, she's pretty enough, you know, and it's going to draw viewers, you know. They know people don't give a fuck about the fact that they dated 20 years ago. They'll twist that and spin it to be like, oh my God, that's how much she loved him, because he was the love of her life 20 years ago. And he's always remained in her heart. Like, it's easy to twist that shit for the average asshole. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to do that. And that's what 2020 did. You know? That they knew what they were doing. They know she's nobody. Like, if she was sitting there in between takes and going, oh my God, I really love John, there'd be some fucking, you know, the lady who's actually conducting, or the dude who's conducting the interview with fucking Super Socks. He's, you know, he's sitting there texting as she's talking. He's going, yeah. Yeah, no, I bet you really did love him, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, yeah. Fuck. Huh? That's nobody gives a fuck about this lady. Nobody at 2020 gives a fuck about this lady and what she says her association with, and how she feels about Officer John O'Keefe. Nobody gives a fuck at 2020 about how she feels, dude. You know what I mean? Their interest is, our sponsors, are we going to get more views, and is it going to get us more sponsorship? That's all they care about. Oh, is that what's going on? Young Jerks is streaming the select board meeting. All right, I'll play that. Hold on. If he just called, all right, I'll do that. Normally I wouldn't stream Young Jerks, but I'll stream what we missed. I'll stream behind him. If you want to watch it live, go over there. At least go give him a like. Okay? At least go give Young Jerks a like. Please do that. Okay, that's Rita. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh, this is fantastic. Wait a second. All right. Yeah, here's the link. Make sure to click on it and give it a like, please.
Thank you, Ms. Meany. All right, Ms. Lombardi, give us just a second.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Mike, can you hear me? Okay, can I just ask a quick question? You said Kevin Albert accepted his punishment or whatever it was. Are we going to know what that was?
Right.
Is somebody going to tell us what his?
So, Ms. Lombardi, as I said, this is not a question and answer. I would just refer you back to our statement.
Oh, okay, but you didn't tell us. I mean, I'm just asking this. The statement seemed incomplete is why I'm asking that question. So the town is not going to be transparent and tell us that. Is that correct?
The select board has made a statement, and that's what we're referring to.
Okay, so, all right. So if my 3 minutes can stop, because I was asking to try to just get the rest of that, you know, I just want to.
You got 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay. According to the government salaries website, there are 40 employees in the Canton Police Department. 13 of them,
Look at how annoyed this guy is,
are in leadership positions. 27 are not. That leaves a ratio
See
of
this guy?
leadership to employee of 1.8 employee. We are top heavy in the Canton
Rita
Police
knows
of
her
not.
shit. Now watch this. Watch
Okay.
watch this guy's reaction. Watch this guy's face as soon as Rita starts giving him figures.
According to the government salaries website, there are 40 employees in the Canton Police Department. 13 of them, for 33%, are in leadership positions. 27 are not. That leaves a ratio of leadership to employee of 1.8 employee. We are top heavy in the Canton Police Department. That's number one. Number two, I looked at the government salaries for 2023, and I know the government salaries for 2022 are a problem. When I look at the government salaries for the Canton Police full-time employees for 2023, there are 40 full-time employees. Of those employees, 11, 28%, raked in 38% of the 6.9 money spent to those people.
Wow. Like, yo, give it up for Rita for knowing her shit. Like, Rita's not fucking around. I love that.
People averaged 11 employees on the Canton Police Force averaged $240,000 a year. Now, if they were all in senior level positions, maybe that's okay. 3 of them were patrolmen. We have 3 patrolmen on the Canton Force that are making over $200,000 a year.
What?
So not only are we top heavy, we are allowing
Okay. If that is true, there is something seriously fucking wrong going on in Canton. Like, I understand that Massachusetts is one of the richest states. I get that. But 200 grand, $200,000 a year as a patrolman? No, dude, no. Wow, dude, this is fucking wild.
employees to make $240,000 on a patrolman's.
Now, I'm not hating. But that fucking patrolman better be fucking Steve Austin. You know what I mean? And I don't mean Stone Cold. I mean the Bionic Man. That fucking patrolman better be Super Fuzz. That's all I'm saying. Fine. You know, fucking pay people what they're worth. But I can't imagine a patrolman that's worth $200,000 a year in this economy anywhere. No fucking way.
Salary. There's something wrong with that. I'm all for people making overtime. I'm all for everything else that they get. But something is wrong when we have 38% of the money going to 11 people. We all know
38% of the money going to 11 people, dude. That's crazy. 38% of that money is going to 11 people. 38% of the budget in Canton is going to 11 city employees. That's insane. Like, if you've ever done a P&L in a business, small business, you know by hearing that there is some serious mismanagement happening. Serious mismanagement taking place here. This is fucking wild, dude. I've never even heard of that shit.
know that this town is a generational police family town. And there's positives to that, but there's also negatives. When people grow up together, go to school together, play sports together, and even go to family gatherings at other police family homes, that causes a problem. That's too much togetherness. You'd never find that in a private sector. It does not have diverse thinking. and it has the problems that we are seeing today. So with the audit that's coming, it has to be transparent all the way. We did the scope in an open environment. We now need to do the interview process and evaluation process in an open format if we are going to heal this community and rebuild trust. There's something wrong with our police
All right,
makeup.
Mr. Body, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Time is up.
you saw how he cut her off when he knows she was campaigning. I mean, she was campaigning. You know what I mean? At that point, she started to campaign and he cut her off.
Police, we did the scope in an open environment. We now need to do the interview process and evaluation process in an open format if we are going to heal this community and rebuild trust. There's something wrong with our police
All right,
makeup.
Mr. Body, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Time is up.
Dude got super frustrated because Rita is letting them know and using that platform to tell them to their face, hey, there's something fucking wrong here. And again, I stand by this. Rita lost the last time, but she was fresh. You know what I mean? She was fresh. The next election, with everything that's coming out with this case and everything that's coming out with Sandra Birchmore, Rita's got a way better shot. So make sure you vote for Rita when that time comes. Make sure you do that.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got.
The only cash for Clubber. Thank you so much, dude. He's such a fucking deadbeat. He's always bumming money off me, stealing from my sock drawer and shit. Dude, I think he's got a problem. I think he's got a problem with the numbers. Too many scratchy lotto tickets. I think that's Clubber's issue. I don't know. But the last thing Clubber needs is more cash. Okay? You're just an enabler, by the way. I hope you're proud of yourself, D. Olney. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Brian Haley, thank you so much. I appreciate you, buddy. All right.
I asked a
We
question.
have time for one more. And Mr. Hunter, we'll give you another chance.
Oh.
Give it a second. There you go. State your name and your town, please.
Yeah, this is Wade Hunter from Canton. And I was just reading on this website, the Turtle Boy Daily News.
How at this point do you not know that this is Aiden? So I don't know. I'm reacting to this. But immediately I recognized his voice. Immediately. Like, how many live streams have you watched? You know what I mean? How many videos have you seen? How many times have you seen him on Court TV? Independent thinking isn't allowed in Canton. Get Clubber a scratch head steak on us. Will do. Thank you, Case VH. Appreciate you. Dude, that was amazing. My man was he came in hot, dude. He came in hot. You know this guy, look at his face. He's like, fuck. This fucking cracksucker. Fuck.
News, a really sharp guy. Just about there was a juror that he interviewed, and his juror said that the
you know, the look that you see on this gentleman's face, people. This is a very familiar look to me. Okay? This is a look that every teacher and every administrator that I ever interacted with throughout my entire childhood had. They dressed like that and they looked like this. whenever they interacted with me. This is a very familiar look on his face that I'm seeing right now, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely fucking loving it.
Canton Police Department are like a joke, and that they were such a joke that they assumed that they were incompetent, and they didn't find no pieces of taillight. You got that? No pieces of taillight at the scene, right? But they missed it all. But the state police found 45 pieces. And so instead of assuming that the pieces were planted, they assumed that the Canton Police Department, led by Lieutenant Gallagher, he's just blind. You got that? He's just blind. He don't see nothing. How do you employ all these cops and
This guy's fucking face, bro.
pay him all this money, and they can't even find no thinking taillight? Oh, and by the way, how come the chief hasn't said nothing about that?
He's in a panic right now. His heart is beating through his chest right now.
How come she hasn't stood up and say, hey, state police, my cops, they can see stuff. We ain't stupid. There was no taillight there when we were looking, but now the state police and Michael Proctor comes along and there's all this dang taillight there. Oh, and speaking of the chief, where is she? Is she gonna say anything about Sandra Birchmore? Hello? I thought you were supposed to be this girl.
Is she gonna say anything about Sandra Birchmore?
Power, you're the first chief and blah, 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 girl power up the yin yang. How come she don't say nothing when a pregnant girl is killed in the town and Lanka shows up? Of course, Lanka's the first one on the scene, and what does he rule? Oh, she's a suicide. You don't even look around the apartment. He sees there's a broken necklace on the floor. He didn't think that was a clue. He thought there's laundry. There's laundry in the washer and
Sounds like if Sean Penn and Gilbert Gottfried had a kid, and then that kid called into the fucking Canton's select board meeting.
dryer. He doesn't think that's suspicious. And what happens to Lanka? Oh, Lanka got a promotion for that. Every time Lanka covers for one of his scumbag McAlbert friends, it seems like he gets yet another promotion. And I know Chicken Time Charlie's sitting there right now, drinking his iced coffee at home, and it's all his fault. All the corruption in this town stinks. I've been living here my whole life, and thank God for Turtle Boy for shedding the light on this stuff. We should build a monument to Turtle Boy in this town because he exposed all you corrupt scumbags one by one. Thank you.
He's 100% serious, by the way.
Thank you. All right, so that concludes our public comment. I apologize to those that we did not get to. You can email the select board office.
This poor bastard's like, yeah, okay, I'm done for the day. I'm done. I can't.
When anything, we will be happy to
I'm done with
review
this
that.
shit. I'm done with
All
this
right.
shit.
Mr. Albert, what do we have first?
All right, first on the agenda tonight, the town of Canton is holding a public hearing. The Canton Select Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, on or after 7 p.m. remotely via Zoom. The purpose of the hearing is to discuss the proposed trial.
Should I play that one more time? I'm going to play that one more time.
And we are going to.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's just too much fun. It's just this guy's face, dude. Like I can't. Like that's the best part of a troll is like to see the reaction. Like trust me, I'm a big fan of a really good troll, man. And that was just top notch. That was good quality trolling right there. Like it was smooth. There was clean transitions. He kept it going. He didn't give the guy a chance to interject. I'm gonna give that a 9.5, guys. I'm gonna give that one a 9.5. That was good. He kept it clean enough to where he wasn't gonna get booted off. This was it's good quality troll. Well done, Turtle Boy. Well done.
And Mr. Hunter, we'll give you another chance. Give it a second. There you go. State your name and your town, please.
Yeah, this is Wade Hunter from Canton. And I was just reading on this website, the Turtle Boy Daily News, a really sharp guy. Just about, there was a juror that he interviewed, and his juror said that the Canton Police Department are like a joke, and that they were such a joke that they assumed that they were incompetent, and they didn't find no pieces of taillight. You got that? No pieces of taillight at the scene, right? But they missed it all. But the state police found 45 pieces. And so instead of assuming that the pieces were planted, they assumed that the Canton Police Department, led by Lieutenant Gallagher, he's just blind. You got that? He's just blind.
I can't believe that this went on for as long as it did. Like, my mind is blown at that. Like, that is fantastic that he managed to like stay on that long. Because again, a good troll, or for you old schoolers, a good prank call, right? That the trick is to keep them there without hanging up. That's the idea. You get them to hang up right away, you failed. You fucked up. You're no good at it. You should quit. Don't bother trying to troll or prank call anybody, because the key goal is to keep them on. Keep them from kicking you off or hanging up on you.
Blind. He don't see nothing. How do you employ all these cops and pay them all this money and they can't even find no thinking taillight? Oh, and by the way, how come the chief hasn't said nothing about that? How come she hasn't stood up and say, hey, state police, my cops, they can see stuff. We ain't stupid. There was no taillight there when we were looking, but now the state police and Michael Proctor comes along and there's all this dang taillight there. Oh, and speaking of the chief, where is she? Is she going to say anything about Sandra Birchmore? Hello? I thought you were supposed to be this girl power. You're the first chief and blah, 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 blah. Girl power up the yin yang. How come she don't say nothing when a pregnant girl is killed in the town and Lanka shows up? Of course, Lanka's the first one on the scene. And what does he rule? Oh, she's a suicide. He don't even look around the apartment. He sees there's a broken necklace on the floor. He didn't think that was a clue. He thought there's laundry. There's laundry in the washer and dryer. He doesn't think that's suspicious. And what happens to Lanka? Oh, Lanka got a promotion for that. Every time Lanka covers for one of his scumbag McAlbert friends, it seems like he gets yet another promotion. And I know Ticket Time Charlie's sitting there right now, drinking his iced coffee at home, and it's all his fault. All the corruption in this town stinks. I've been living here my whole life, and thank God for Turtle Boy for shedding the light on this stuff. We should build a monument to Turtle Boy in this town because he's exposed all you corrupt scumbags one by one. Thank you.
Thank you.
God, bro. That shit is fantastic.
All right, so that concludes public comment. We apologize to those that we did not get to. You can email the select board's office.
Oh my God, man. That is just too much.
We will be happy to review that.
We'll be happy to review.
All right. Go. I think you're live. So, Miss O'Brien, we'll give.
Change my name in there.
All right, let's see what this.
Can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay, apologies. I usually work off of Teams, so
Who's
I couldn't figure out how
Mario
to change my name in there.
Who's Mario Hunt? Is that another? Did I miss? Hold on, let me see something.
It's a strap, it's a rope, it's a scarf. It's Canton. What a joke. No probable cause, no ring cam.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Brenda Sweeney can't.
Let's just hear everybody out. Like, I want to hear the town.
My humble opinions. Let's talk about the joke in Canton called leadership, aka Police Chief Rafferty and Select Board Chair Mike Lochran. Rafferty, only available through email or one-on-one meetings. No open forum for questions. What a joke.
Oh,
Leadership to
Basil's
her is,
Mario
I
Hunt?
believe in wellness.
Okay.
We need a new kitchen and a fence. Only $240,000. Not
Was that before or after this, what I'm playing right now?
money for body cameras, upgraded software and video, training for officers. What a joke. Walpole's chief defends free speech. Canton's chief issues warrants. What a joke. No necklace, but it's a belt, it's a strap, it's a rope, it's a scarf. It's Canton. What a joke. No probable cause, no ring camera, no crime scene tape, no crime scene guard, no evidence tape, no Floyd edge, no free speech, no rubber ducks. No problem. It's Canton. What a joke. She says, quote, 360 degrees of transparency is critical to our profession, yet there's 42 minutes of missing video. What a joke. Who's the policeman on the video running out of the Sally Port faster than a speeding bullet? What
Thank
a
you,
joke.
Brian.
As the whole world witnessed, Rafferty's lack of integrity explains a lot. We now know the jury can't believe the Canton Police Department is so incompetent it missed 45 pieces of taillight. Where's your statement, Helena? What a joke. Loughran, it's his way or the highway. We ask for accountability. Quote, I don't tell the police how to do their job. Police oversight is your job, Mike. What a joke. We asked about Rafferty's accident. Quote, we don't normally announce these things. Then we promise to do better. First blame us, then an empty promise. What a joke.
You know how I know that Canton is dirty as fuck? Yeah, Vaza. I haven't listened to you yet. Is it before or after this? Because I want to check it. We just listened to Wade Hunter. But this is how I know that Canton is corrupt as fuck. Is because like every time that the public gets to speak, they talk about it. They air their grievances about it, and they just get blown off. They just get ignored. Like nobody goes, hey, I don't know where you're getting this from. You know, I'm happy to share with you we could sit down and do an audit of whatever, because I hate the idea of our residents feeling this way about us. You know, I want you guys to take pride in the town you live in. That's what a leader would do. Nobody's doing that here. Ever. They never do that. It's insane. They just basically just sit there and just they meet their requirement to give the people the right to speak. And that's it. That is the bare minimum. No actual no acknowledgement for the reasons, for the purpose behind letting the public speak, which is to work with them, to interact with them, work with them, listen to them, and make changes, because they are the ones who pay taxes. They are the ones who fund their homes, their cars, the food on their table. It's crazy. Like I've never seen any fucking thing like this. This is crazy to me.
Joke. When challenged, he put you in a Zoom closet. What a joke. He renewed Rafferty's contract, yet refused public comment because they already had email feedback. I FOIA'd the emails. They said $300 for that. So I changed to just the number of yes versus no, because, you know, they would have tallied those responses, right? What a joke. The exact response. The emails received by the select board were not tallied to determine the number of yes or no opinions concerning the chief's contract renewal. I am told there were emails opposed to the contract renewal, as well as many emails in favor. What a joke. Mike did exactly what he wanted regardless. Stellar leadership there. What a joke. He wants us to believe he didn't add up those responses. Do you really think that would have been the answer if there were more yes than no responses? What a joke. Canton, a dictator and his enforcer. No democracy in this town. Between these two, there's a total lack of trust and transparency. A complete failure of leadership. What a joke. What a legacy you two are leaving. What does the world say about Canton these days? They literally say, what a joke. Tracy and Dana's YouTube channel is called Resistant to Silence, a fitting name for yet another strong voice that's emerged from the crusade Aiden started to find justice for JJ and Karen. They stood with us in November and have organized a protest this Saturday from 12 to 3 at the Canton Police Department. Hope to see you there. You too, Mike. That's it. Thank you.
All right, let's.
Mario Hunt. Thank you. apology.
Okay,
See what happens.
I recognize.
This is my third time it happens.
This select board needs to be held virtually with another select
Speech of a public official.
We can, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on the meeting tonight. Just wanted to start by saying that here we are. It's another Tuesday night with another select board meeting being held virtually. How long do you intend to hide from the tax-paying citizens of Canton? I mean, seriously, this select board needs to be honest. You guys are embarrassing yourselves. Are you really that afraid of your townspeople? Has the Canton Police Department issued a public apology to Jennifer O'Donnell yet? If they haven't, and I doubt they have, they should. Is Police Chief Helena Rafferty still trying to go after the Canton Nine? How about she leaves those people alone? The clerk magistrate has spoken. It's not witness intimidation. It never will be considered witness intimidation. Has anybody on the Canton Police Department conducted any serious investigation into who is going around bleaching residents' lawns, such as Rita Lombardi and many others? I doubt it. This is not transparency from the police department. Canton has a lot to be ashamed about, but it all starts with the police department and the select board. I'm Mario Hunt. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
Mario Hunt.
All right, Ellen, if you could just put your last name in there, and I'll be happy to call on you. Let's go to Ashley Bell. Miss Bell, just give
Fantastic
us a
stuff,
second.
man. Fantastic stuff, my friend.
It is a concern of mine for safety on that level. I think one of the biggest things that I've heard through everybody's conversation is the speed. And I think that's an enforcement issue. And I think we should go down to enforcement issues. I believe it's an enforcement issue. I believe if we have somebody there many times during the month, in multiple months, they'll get the picture, not the speed on Dedham Street. But I'm still concerned that it may be a safety for a while, slowing down traffic. I've heard from residents that take Westwood into Westwood where those islands are, and they say once you get used to them, it's no different. So that was my concern, and I do definitely want to listen to the residents on Dedham Street, and I've also listened to other residents in the town. But I am personally not in favor for it. I know the board is pushing in favor, but I'm personally not in favor of those items. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Conley, did you have a question or a comment?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just for the record, this has nothing to do with Westwood. This has to do with Westwood/University Avenue. We're in that agreement that was developed and as part of the calming measures.
Hey, shut up. Exactly. Mazza, my first NES came with Super Mario and Duck Hunt. Fantastic stuff. So just for shits and giggles, let's do this. Do I have him paused? Is he? Yeah.
Then again, she can be exasperating. But so here's the thing. On Twitter, I see something from her the other day where she says that I never, ever answer a single question of hers. Never. That I've never answered a single question, which kind of baffles me because she knows there are tons of Twitter comments up there that 99% of them are useless. And I say useless, I mean, they're not even trying to be useful. They're just people trying to make up fake images of me.
No, 99% of them of yours. 99% of your posts are useless. That's what you're getting wrong here. 99% of your posts are useless. This dude writes fucking like entire fucking like books, bro, on Twitter. It's insane. Nobody wants to read that much when they look at a post, when they're scrolling through their news feed. Nobody wants to read that much. The whole point is, oh, okay, quick little post. It's kind of the whole thing behind Twitter, bro. Every time you see a screenshot of Twitter, bro, it's somebody's tweet that's like, just a few sentences, maybe. Exactly, Beth Love. A fucking novela. Dude, and it's so funny because nobody really reads his shit, yet everybody knows what he's saying. And then people will argue with him, and then he'll still engage in the argument with him. Like people who haven't even read it. I never read his posts, and I'm just like, you're fucking retarded. And it's amazing. I'm just like, you're just fucking dumb, dude. Like, stop it. Like something along those lines is always when I like respond to his shit. And he just like, it's insane. And then he just thinks that I'm like arguing with him. And I'm just like, dude, you don't make any sense.
Of me and stuff like that, or just being insulting. It doesn't bother me, but it's like just a bunch of.
He'd rather think that it's because nobody's at his intellectual level. Like the only reason that only so many people fucking follow him and watch him is because nobody's at his intellectual level. No, dude, that is your delusion. You're not at everyone else's intellectual level. That's the issue. You're not over here with us. People with common sense. Like, I feel like Plevin's the kind of guy that he reads books, okay? But he reads books to improve his vocabulary. He's not actually comprehending and getting the real message out of the book. He's reading the book to stumble onto a big word and go, ooh, when's the next time I'm going to use that? That's what Plevin does. Because I can't imagine. It makes no sense that somebody who is well read could be so fucking ignorant. It's bizarre to me.
Bunch of noise that you don't want to spend your time looking through, But I've answered many of her questions in chat and on this channel whenever she shows up here. She knows this. But yet she's going to say, I've never answered a single question of hers. It baffles my mind. There's been nobody more accountable than me in this media content creation game when it comes to Karen Reed. I give my email out multiple times every show, and I say that anybody that emails me respectfully will get a reply. And I engage with those people. And I engage with everybody that's respectful. I don't care what side of the debate that they're on. So Alyssa could easily message me. She doesn't. She could message me on Facebook, private message. If it's to my name, the Kevin Lenihan account, I always reply to those.
She could message. I don't. I mean, yeah, I hold it against Vinny as far as like, okay, what the fuck are you thinking in that sense? But the thing is like it hasn't done anything for his channel. Like he goes on Court TV, sounds like an asshole, and even the jerk offs that watch Court TV are like, okay, this guy sounds like an asshole. I don't give a shit who he is, and I don't give a shit about his YouTube channel. Nobody subscribed to him because of Court TV. Nobody cares. Like, it's fantastic. The guy goes on Court TV, and it hasn't done shit for his fucking,
Message me on Twitter. When I see her comments on Twitter, I do reply to them. But people are crazy. If I put, no matter what thing I put, and no matter how sensible and how well argued it is on Twitter, if I initiate a comment, you can go on there within 3 hours and there will be 100 replies and 98 of them will just be useless and rude. That's every single time. We can go on there today. And
I mean, I'd say it's closer to like 60%. He's not wrong. Totally. Like, there's just a lot of people who are just like, you're such a fucking asshole. your nips are showing, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they're funny. But here's the thing. It's like they're not useless because I get a laugh out of them. So they're not useless. You can't say that they're useless responses. Like they're not useless responses when they're responses to a post full of your drivel. You know what I mean? So they fixed it for you. It's just useless, boring drivel until these people comment about your nipples on it, and then it makes the shit worth at least clicking on and giving it a view. I mean, that's so you should be thanking these people. You should be thanking these people because my man is like sitting here going, oh, all of these useless responses. They're not useless at all. I got a lot out of those responses because I'm fucking childish.
And check it out. Again, it doesn't bother me, but why would I want to spend time looking through that? It's just, it's empty. It's so dumb. So I don't really get it. I've made myself available to other content creators. Little young Jelly there. Anybody. The 13th juror, what's her name there? I forget her name. Brian LTL. I've told them all that I'll go on your show, you can come on my show, or if you don't want to risk having me make you look bad in an argument, which, yes, that will happen, but I'll be polite and respectful. You can talk to me privately.
Okay.
I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm going to listen to.
See, he won't go on someone else's show. Like he won't do that. He won't do that. Now, I would actually agree to go on his show. I would, if I hadn't seen how he behaves to any other guest that has shown up there. I think he's done it twice. Somebody who he extends this olive branch to, because we've seen it before. And we saw how he treated Sean. Like, you don't treat Sean like that. That's, come on. You know, whether you respect his opinion or not, you know, you respect Sean. You know, the guy served. You didn't. You know what I mean? Like, this guy fucking went out there and, you know, put himself in front of gunfire, dude. Like, I don't want to fucking hear that shit. You know? Listen to you fucking tell him to go fuck himself. Like, no, man. Don't do that. Show some respect. The fact that he's not willing to respect anybody, like, and the fact that he's so adamant about nothing. It's crazy. He makes no valid points at all. You can't talk to somebody like this. Like, if I were to bring him up here, it would be the same thing as when I had B Tim up here. Like, I learned from having B Tim up here. B Tim came up here and he was completely shut down, wanted to argue just to argue, had no actual facts on the case, and then decided to fucking act like a child and fucking pout, basically. He shut down like a baby, like a toddler. And then, you know, like, this is exactly what he's going to do. He wants to make sure that he has control over that situation. Exactly, Dana.
To the points you're going to make, and I'm going to answer every question you have because I can debunk every theory in this case. Every single one.
No, you can't. You can't. See, this is how a debate with Plevin would go. Let me give you an example. So here he is, and then let's say we talk about Brian Higgins' Jeep, right? Let's say that subject comes up. And let's say the same conversation happened. Well, if we were in a debate and the same conversation came up that happened on Court TV with Nick Rocco, and he goes and then he says headlights don't work like that. My response is going to be what it was before, which is, what do you mean headlights don't fucking work like that? That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard, because I mean, you're going to tell me that Jeep did not fucking make the headlights to beam outwards so that it would catch peripheral view. That's the stupidest thing in the world, to tell me that Jeep doesn't make the headlights and they're only designed to fucking point only directly straight ahead. That's the stupidest thing in the world. That's why a headlight curves, man. That's the whole point, that the headlight kind of curves so that it illuminates more in its path. And there's two of them on each side of the car. One on each side of the car. Like, the whole point is to pick up as much around. And this is my point. You see how I'm ranting about this? This would turn into a debate about Karen Reed, would turn into a debate about headlights. And then he would go on his channel and say, that guy, man, he didn't know what he was talking about. I destroyed him. You know, I made him look like a fool. And he'll go all over Twitter thinking that that's what happened, believing that that's what happened because we got into an argument about headlights. Like Andrea Vickers feeling like that she knows more and makes more sense talking about the Karen Reed case because of one simple civics fact that I hadn't thought about since I was in fucking elementary school. Think about that. You know what I mean? It's pointless. You cannot have a sensible debate with somebody who is that willfully ignorant. It can't happen. It would be a waste of time, a waste of energy.
Now, there's a couple of mysteries that perhaps raise interesting questions that will forever be unsolved. And that's the case in every true crime case that I've ever heard of. And I did an interview. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants to. So I did an interview this week with a true crime writer, podcaster, very prominent one. And he had spent, well, most of the people that he spent his time with are on the other side, because that's pretty much all you find. Excuse me. It's hard to find people, just getting the cough drop. It's hard to find people on this side that are willing to go on the record, just because of the way that the mob behaves, the way the mob goes after people. So they're kind of stuck with me. So eventually they usually reach out to me, but I'll talk to anybody that's respectful, that wants to
make a mobster. And he tried to say that Microdot's recreation of Brian Higgins' Jeep driving away was inaccurate because the headlights came out like a cone.
That really cares about the truth. This guy does not believe in the conspiracy, but he's going to try to cover that objectively. He doesn't believe it at all. In fact, he thinks it's one of the craziest things that he's ever seen. And he's been doing true crime for like 30 years and covered many murder cases. But one of the things, I did ask him a question too. I said, my understanding is, from my much more limited coverage of true crime cases, that in every single case, there are odd things that just don't really get fully explained. It's just the nature of the beast, right? And I said, do you find that to be true? Has there ever been a case that you've looked at that there wasn't at least a couple of odd things? And he said, no, you're 100% right.
Okay. I read Olivia's long posts too, but I'll tell you why. Olivia, 9 out of 10 times, will provide a screenshot or a document or a screenshot of a document, and that post explains what you're looking at. So it behooves you to actually read Olivia's posts. And Olivia's posts are accurate. They're not just a bunch of mindless drivel. They're not her jerking herself off. They're her in absolute thought about certain things about this case and will share what her latest revelation is. And this is her going over documents, going over evidence, and then going, okay, well, all right, this thing right here, I have thoughts on this. And then she'll share those thoughts. That's great. If Plevin at least did that, then I might entertain his posts. But they're so self-indulgent. That's the problem with his posts. His posts smell self-indulgent before I even get to it. So as soon as I see that he has this long thing and that's posted and it's not even got any receipts attached to it, or nothing to actually consider, I'm already bored. Before I even start reading it, I'm bored. I roll my eyes as soon as I see how long his post is. I go, I mean, that's what everyone does. Like, there's comment threads in some of his posts where people are talking about how they didn't read it. I swear to God, on more than one. There's comment threads on his posts that explain that are conversations between people talking about how they didn't even read the post, because all this guy does is talk out of his ass and jerk himself off through a keyboard.
So Karen is here. This is Karen McCormick. If she's ready, I'm going to bring her in. It is 8:02.
Did I know this Karen?
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
I know that she's the she's the box wine drunk lady. That's right. The Timu coffin offer. Okay, I remember her now.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good to see you. Haven't seen you since the
you.
middle of the trial.
I know, it's been a while. How was your summer?
My summer's been good. It's been busy. I keep working and I'm working hard on the book every day.
Good.
And actually, one of the things that I wanted to mention to you, so when you're writing a book, even though I've spent so much time thinking about this case over the last year, there are still new insights that you might have or new things that you stumble over. And so one of the things that I came across was, so Proctor and Buchanan that morning, their first stop was the Canton Police Department. Now, what people don't realize, and I didn't realize until studying it through this case, we have a misconception about how the state police works. We know, I don't know how it is in New York where you are, but the state police in this state, with the exception of the three big cities, Worcester, Boston, and Springfield, they automatically take over an unintended death investigation. But it's not like they're this team they're not assigned to the barracks. I would have thought that these troopers come in and their home base is the nearest barracks, right? Or some barracks that's assigned to homicide or something like that. That's not how it works. They are part of a detective unit, the state police detective unit, that is assigned to each county,
What the
each
fuck are
district
you
attorney,
talking about?
and they work out of that office. So Troopers Proctor and Buchanan and Tully, these guys were part of the state police detective unit assigned to the Norfolk County. There's 4 homicide detectives, and so Proctor and Buchanan were 2 of those 4, and the total group number of troopers, including Tully, is only 13. So it's not, and they're run hand in hand with the local investigators. So they actually normally do an investigation as a team between the local cops, but led by the state police. In this case,
is that a wig? Is she suffering from Jada Pinkett-ism? Alopecia? Is that what she's got? She's wearing a fucking wig. That wig is terrible. That shit looks fucking gross. It's like, God damn, that's fucking gross. As a man, let me tell you something. As a man, you think about things when you see stuff like that, and you're just like, I don't even want to say like what came to mind. It's just I can't just somebody wearing a wig like that, like in mid coitus and then noticing it. I can't imagine.
Case the Canton cops were conflicted out because Kevin Albert, because it was a Canton cop. So that morning they go to, first stop is to the Canton police, and they meet with the Canton detectives who had been at the crime scene, and they get the report. Then they go to the McCabe's where they interview Jen and Matt, and Brian Albert is also meeting them there. Now, why do they go to the McCabe's? We don't know, but I would guess it's because the McCabe's have 4 young girls who live there, and the Alberts, the youngest, was 23-year-old Brian Albert Jr.
Wait,
So
what?
that's and they get the report. Then they go to the McCabe's where they interview Jen and Matt, and Brian Albert is also meeting them there. Now, why do they go to the McCabe's? We don't know, but I would guess.
So he's talking about Proctor and Buchanan. Okay, this is who he's referring to. He's saying, he's speculating as to why Proctor and Buchanan would go over to the McCabe's house to interview Brian Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, everybody who they interviewed there, right? Let's hear that one more time.
And they meet with the Canton detectives who had been at the crime scene, and they get the report.
Okay.
Then they go to the McCabe's where they interview Jen and Matt, and Brian Albert is also meeting them there. Now, why do they go to the McCabe's? We don't know, but I would guess it's because.
Why did they go to the McCabe's? I don't know, but my guess is because I got to hear this.
The McCabe's have 4 young girls who live there, and the Alberts, the youngest, was 23-year-old Brian Albert Jr.
Right.
So that's probably what.
I don't know. Call me crazy. But I would think that the detectives assigned to investigate the death of a Boston police officer would go and interview the people who were at the location where he allegedly died. You know, to see if they witnessed anything. Holy shit. I mean, I just picture these guys. I picture these guys sitting around, drinking coffee, eating Dunkin', and then they're like, well, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. I got it. We'll go over and talk to the people who were at the house. What do you think? Oh, man, that is some great detective work there, Buchanan. Same to you, Proctor. I mean, dude, that's why I would think that detectives would go over to Jen McCabe's house to interview the people who were at the house to see if, I don't know, they saw anything or heard anything. Since there was a dead cop on the guy's lawn who they're going over to interview at somebody else's house, by the way, the next day, which is fucking weird. But okay.
Probably why they chose to meet there. But then here's the question. After that, they go to the hospital where they believe Karen is being detained, Section 12.
Right.
And where they can see the body and pick up some evidence. But why didn't they secure the vehicle? Shouldn't that have been the logical next step, do you think?
Right. No, I agree. That is interesting.
Well, so here's the thing, and I don't know the answer, and I'm hoping to find out before the book is published. It could be sloppiness,
Right.
but there could be so far we've seen in this case, everything has an actual very mundane and common sense application. I mean,
Right.
explanation, such as why the SUV was towed to the Sally Port. We know why now, and it's very mundane, and it was expected.
I mean, what is Slady thinking? Is she as retarded as she is as retarded as he is, if not worse? But I mean, he's sitting there telling this to another person. Like, here they are talking about true crime, and they can't even put together why detectives would go and actually speak to witnesses. Or that's actually why they would go over and speak to them. Like, why did he go over to their house? Yeah, like, none of us are asking why they did that. We're asking, why did it take so long for them to do it? We're asking, why didn't they interview them separately? Like, if you watch Microdots' latest video, which I'll go over next time I go live, but if you watch Microdots' latest video, he has those Las Vegas cops on there. Those guys are fucking dope. I really want to talk to those guys. Those couple guys I really want to talk to. But that was fantastic. But the first thing they said was, dude, we would have closed off the road, not just the house. We would have closed off the road. We would have started questioning people individually. We would have separated fucking everybody immediately. He's talking about responding cops. This is what they were saying. They're talking about responding officers, which is common sense, which is what we are all thinking, like, well, isn't that wouldn't the cops do this? The first time you heard about this case and you read that report, you were like, wait a second. And why wasn't the area completely closed off? Wait a minute. So wait, the CERT team didn't show up till what time? The next day? Wait, what? So there's a reason for that. And those Las Vegas cops validated that. Because all of us were thinking the same thing. Like, why wasn't the entire area? We're talking about a dead cop. Why wasn't the entire area roped off? And why wasn't everybody all hands on deck? The fuck is going on here? Incredible. All right. All right. Phone lines are open if anybody wants to call in. Yeah, this shit is just fucking crazy. Like, there's, it's so bizarre to listen to people like Plevin talk about this case as if Karen Reed is guilty, knowing everything that we know now. Like, it's bizarre.
Call from Dina.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Clara.
Dina.
What's up, my friend?
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm gearing up for the big State House standout. Why don't you come to Boston, Will?
When is that?
It is September, I think it's the 19th.
No. Yeah.
11
I'm
2.
I'm somewhere else. That exact date, I'm somewhere else. Yeah.
Clara, we need you back here again.
I mean, I'll come back there. I told you guys I got to I've got this trip planned already, and then once that's done, then yeah, I'll come back there.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, I want
I mean, I'm going to try to. It just basically depends on how much money I spend on this trip. That's what it boils down to. But yeah.
Well, we'll all take care and support you anyways, Clara. You don't need any money. But I watched those Las Vegas cops the other day for the first time. Oh my God. I think they need to fly here and give Massachusetts state police officers training.
Well, they shouldn't have to do that. is the point. You know what I mean? Like they should just get, because the whole point of that is that all those Las Vegas cops are telling you is that shit is standard. It's what you do. The fact that the Canton Police Department and the Massachusetts State Police didn't live up to that minimum standard is the issue here.
Oh, absolutely. We're so outraged here over that, and the amount of fucking money these cops get paid is just absolutely pisses me off because it makes the good cops look so freaking bad. It really does. But everybody here, we're still in the fight. We're gearing up. We're gonna have standouts and everything. And like I always say, Will, we appreciate everything you do. You are so freaking Boston wicked piss of Massachusetts. We love you.
Oh, I love you too, Dina, and everybody there.
And you're so much smarter than Plevin.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I'll let someone else call because I know it's always a bitch to get called in on here. So we love you, Will.
All right. Love you too, Dina. Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right. Dina, everybody. How about that?
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Will, what's up? It's your local barber.
It's my local barber.
Barber, yeah, buddy.
All right. What's up, local barber?
So I worked in a barber shop for 26 years in Stoughton.
Okay.
So I know all involved. Those cops,
Do they?
Maddie McCabe.
Do they all
What?
come in? Do they all come in to get their heads razored from you? Do you give them shaving cream?
The fucked up thing is that my boss is such a coward that he let me go because the day Maddie McCabe testified, I put something on my Facebook page about it because I've literally, I don't know, a couple dozen times in 26 years. So, it sucks that I liked him, but he's, it's clear that his wife controls him. And no respect for the guy letting his, get his daughter involved in a murder case. But anyways, the brothers, the twins, these guys are just straight nerds that became cops. And in high school, they used to
Did you go to high school?
Drive around and cook.
Did you go to high school with the
What up?
Farwells?
No. I'm a little older, 52.
Okay.
But I cut their. They came in the shop. They
Okay. You cut their hair. That's where all the talking happens. Okay.
Exactly. Half the Stoughton Police Department over in the shop, and like that department has had like a lot of corruption going on since like the early 80s. But anyways, Matt and Billy, what they used to do, they used to drive around in the crowd and they would have the cop package. And they literally would like find out where they would find out where like the house parties were, and then they would show up and then call the police for a disturbance, so the cops would break up the party. They would just complete like, they sweated all the police. I'd be like, hey, who's got all the weed? And then he'd find out who sold the weed, and then tell related to one of the Stoughton cops or something. But just straight nerds, dude. That's all. They just became cops. Maybe I got on the state like 10 years ago. Now the Mass State Police, their boot camp, it's the toughest boot camp in out of state police. One of the toughest. I heard Rhode Island's tough too, but it's tougher than the Marine Corps boot camp. He was like 6 weeks, 8 weeks into it, and I guess he blew his knee out.
Who is this?
But he had a trump card. Billy.
Oh, Billy Farwell?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had a trump card. He was so what in.
Man, your phone is breaking up real bad, man. Your phone is breaking up real bad.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Yeah, it's just it breaks in and out. So I don't.
Yeah, man, it's my phone, man. Something wrong. Brand new iPhone. I've had it for 2 months, and I'm issues with my speaker. Can you hear me now, though?
Yeah, it's not your speaker. It's just your. Yeah, you're just cutting
No,
in
it's
and
my
out.
speaker. It's not my coverage. It's my speaker. It's my
Oh,
speaker.
okay.
It works when it wants. Sometimes it goes out and it's a pain. I gotta go to the Apple store and get it fixed. But yeah. Anyways, what I was saying, yeah. Who else I know? Divine is the worst human being you will ever meet in your life. I guess
Sounds
when
that
he was
way.
part of that. When he was part of that program, he used to wear the tight cop shirt, the short sleeve one, the medium he wear, so he could show his arms off.
Right.
For the high school girls. But he's like one of these guys, like he's matter of fact. He thinks he knows everything.
I hate guys like
And,
that.
This guy's got to get disbarred, man. He just became an attorney. He's got to get disbarred. He should not be working at all with anything to do with the law.
Yeah,
at all.
for sure.
This shit. I'm trying to think some other stories. I kind of fell into this a little early with Turtle Boy because knowing the McCabe, what was going on in the McCabe's, I know Yuri Buchanan. I've cut his hair.
What hair?
Easily 10 times.
Yeah, Buchanan does have hair, doesn't he? Okay.
Yeah, he's a Stoughton kid. What's the lieutenant's name that was part of the Sandra Birchmore case?
Tully?
Not Tully. No, the Birchmore case.
Fanning?
Fanning used to come in the shop. He was a Stoughton cop, and I could tell you right now, he was a Stoughton cop, guaranteed, when those two brothers were in that program.
Wow.
Guaranteed, because he was on the Stoughton police probably around 2004, 2005, 2006, and that's when those kids were probably doing the program. I would say maybe around that time.
So you were cutting these guys' hair while they were grooming Sandra Birchmore?
Well, honestly, Matt, I don't know if I've ever cut Matt's hair. I used to wait for my boss, Billy. I've cut Billy's hair a lot of times. Billy was one of those guys. He'd wait for my boss, but if it was busy, he'd sit with me. Divine would go to anybody because we at one time we had 5, 6 barbers working at a time, so we had a pretty, some guys would just go to anybody. Fanning, I cut his hair a couple times. I don't really know Fanning. He used to wait for one of the girls that worked there because she graduated from Stoughton High. I'm not from Stoughton. I didn't grow up in Stoughton. I grew up a half.
Did they say anything while you were cutting their hair? Did they say anything that was weird or anything that any stories, barbershop stories you got?
Billy's one of those guys. He's the one I probably know the best. He's one of those guys that is just like. He's just a geek. He's just geeks, dude. I just can't call them. Straight up nerds.
Okay. How so? What are they nerd? What makes them nerds?
I don't know, dude. Anybody who's 16, 17 years old that hangs around the police department, that's a fucking nerd to me. I mean, I'm sorry. It really is. Yeah, you can be pro police, but at that age, you who sweats cops? You know what I mean? I'm trying to think. Matt McCabe. So Matt McCabe is the one I really liked a lot. Like I said, we talk about MMA and stuff, but he used to bartend at this place called the Charlie Horse. So when I first started working at the barbershop, which will remain nameless, when I first started working there back in the late 90s, we used to go to this place, the Charlie Horse, and he bartended there. And then one time I cut his hair and I seen him that Saturday night. And so every time we go in there, with my buddies, he would give me, feed me, stiff drinks. He'd give me doubles for what I paid for singles. So he just give me wasted. I just like the guy. So when I found out as part of this case, I was like, that sucks, man. You know what I mean? Because he's just a piece of shit now. You know what I mean? It's just I have a totally different view on the dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just got one more story, so I won't hold you up. So when Turtle Boy, I got into this 2 weeks after Turtle Boy started, last May. Beginning of last May. So I binge watched all his podcasts over a weekend, and then I finally caught up. I caught up with one of the newer episodes. But I watched it the next morning, Sunday morning, and Turtle Boy had, accidentally, gave up Brian Albert's number. And so I called it. I'm gonna call this guy. I'm gonna fucking prank him. So I called it and I go, it went to voicemail. It rang and it went to voicemail. I was like, oh fuck. If you don't answer, I'll just leave a message. So I just basically like, oh, you're done. You're done, man. When you go to Shirley Max is like the toughest prison in Massachusetts.
Okay.
I was like, they're gonna love you in Shirley Max, dude. You're gonna spend your entire life in PC, you fucking maggot. I hang up and dude, the number calls me. So I'm like, oh fuck.
You gotta
dude. So
hit star
go to answer it.
67, bro.
What's that?
Star 67, dude.
Well, no, I didn't block it. I didn't block the number because I didn't care. Like I wasn't doing anything.
Oh.
I didn't threaten them. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to fuck with them. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
but I mean,
And
I'm
then
just saying because you seem surprised that it called you back. If they're after saying something like that, I mean, I would have called it back too. But like, who the fuck is this?
Well, but when he called back, then he hung up, and then he didn't like.
Okay.
He obviously knew I was just fucking with him or something. But he might not even have listened because like I left a message, and as I was hanging up, he was calling me, so I clicked over. So I don't even think he heard the message.
I don't know where
You know what I
anybody.
mean?
Oh, okay. So he called you back like who dis? And that's
I think
it.
so, man. I like, dude, I don't know, man. I just he didn't say nothing. By the time I answered, he hung up. He hung up.
Oh,
He
okay.
probably realized I was just fucking with him.
Probably
you know
thought
what
it
I'm
was a butt dial.
saying? He probably thought it was a butt dial, yeah, while he was making sweet love to his girl's wife.
Absolutely.
You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
Hey, thanks for calling, man. I'm gonna take the next caller. Appreciate you.
All right, buddy.
All right.
All right. Talk to you.
Bye bye. All right. You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Holy shit, I did it twice. I'm so excited. Oh, hey, Will. This is not that Tina.
Not that Tina. What's up?
Nothing. I was just, you come on and it's like always at my end game time or in the middle of the day and I'm busy doing shit. And I'm just so excited when I can get on and actually touch base with you because you're fantastic. I watch all the different shows when I can, usually on replay. But I always try to get live because you're funny as fuck. I'm just sorry. You just are. And
Thanks.
I'm very excited to be able to have you there. And I want to say thank you.
Right on. No, thank you. Thank you for watching and listening. I really appreciate it.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say, if you don't mind, I wish that you had like a PO box or something like that. I can't do this on the phone, putting my card out there. I was born in 72. That gives you an idea of who I am. Okay. I grew up in Massachusetts. I don't like putting my stuff out there as much as I can, but I would love, especially since I know you're on this diet, to like send you some butcher box or something like that. Just like hook you up with,
just the fact that you wanted to do that is more than enough for me. I am doing just fine. Like you guys.
Well, I know you're doing fine, but you're clearly not eating right, and you need to cook for yourself.
No, I am. I'm eating exactly what I need to eat to do exactly what I'm trying to do. I am.
Okay. Well, I hear you.
All I'm saying is it's difficult to stick to it. That's all. That's all it is.
Oh, for sure. I got my son. He's just like you. He's covered in tattoos and completely built up like a brick shit house. Beautiful. And, not for nothing, but he still gets like, oh, I'm going to the place that does pho or whatever that stuff is, the noodle shit. And he's like, oh, I got to do this. He's losing it because he just moved to Florida.
I didn't
so he
know
doesn't
what
have
pho
any...
was until my son told me about it myself. So me and my kid was like, "Can you get some pho?" And I was just like, "Are you fucking with me? What are you talking about?" And then,
Dude,
and
just
yeah,
kick.
Vietnamese. It's like Vietnamese noodles. So I'm just like, okay, yeah.
Oh,
it was good.
he's all in. That's like
Yeah.
his cheat food. So just
But it's
kick in
trendy
some chia
bullshit.
seeds.
Like once I had it, I was like, I don't ever feel the desire to ever buy this shit again. You know, like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I'm
to
too
me,
old.
it's just like dishwater with noodles in it. I'm not into it. I'm
Right,
Italian.
Right.
You know?
Right. I feel you.
So above and beyond that, I've lived in Massachusetts for 52 years. I grew up 32 years in Lynn. I should have like a tattoo for that because that's not light shit right there. All right. And none of this surprises me. None of it. I mean, whenever people are like, oh, this is crazy, I'm like, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is nobody seems to have been paying attention all this time. This shit's been going on forever.
Right.
Forever. You know, I mean, my first husband, when I was young, I, was stupid and I married a little Italian thug from Revere. And, he worked for somebody special down on the docks in Revere. People will understand. His dad lived in the heart. People who are here will understand exactly what I'm talking about. And he was doing some sideways stuff. And I'll never forget, he broke down and he was walking down 95 and he was selling coke. I never did that shit. I wasn't even involved. I was so stupid and naive. And the Stadies told him
it's just an easy, quick way to make money in the 80s and 90s. That's all.
Oh, easy.
And the
Yeah. So
2000s.
and I was there for all that stuff, but I really was like Catholic school Italian girl, wasn't
I never
involved
did
in any
either,
of it.
but like, I mean, I grew up in Miami. Like, I'd say about 20% of my male friends sold coke, at least at some point or another.
I will thank the God above that I have never touched the stuff. Thank you. And I didn't know he was doing this stuff till he broke down and we were walking down 95 and we got stopped by the Stadies and they grabbed him and they knew who he was, even though I clearly did not know who I was married to, and shook him down and pulled an 8-ball off him. They took that 8-ball and they left. They didn't arrest him. They didn't arrest him.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
that's what you
just like.
That's what you hope happens if you get caught with a bag of coke. That's what you hope happens. Like, it's funny. We're sitting here right now talking about dirty cops, dirty cops, dirty cops. But I'll tell you right now, there was a time where if I got pulled over, and I had coke on me, I would be like, please, or even weed, because weed 99% of the time, that's what they did anyway. They didn't even want to arrest you for some small little amount of weed. Like, they would just take it or dump it out,
Well, they didn't dump this.
But no, coke, like, no, you can turn around and sell it. You can turn around and use it. You can turn around and fucking use it as a way to bribe a fucking snitch. You can, I mean, like, but when
I don't know.
When you were a cokehead in the 90s and you had a bag of blow on you and a cop was pulling you over and they catch you with it, you're praying that they're going to just keep it and let you go. Like, you're praying for that.
They were excited. Dude, they weren't just like, they were like, oh, dude, looking at each other like, look what we got. They made a score. They scored. This wasn't like,
It doesn't fly now with body cam footage and shit like that. Like it's funny.
I don't even think they use that stuff at this point in time.
No,
not here. Not in Mass.
No.
I think like 3 counties maybe have like 5 offices that use it, but overall they don't use that. I mean, I'm at the point where I'm 52. I go to the Chinese food place and I order takeout to bring home to my family. I get a beer and a shot of SoCo and I'm like, oh man, if I get pulled over, maybe they'll take the Chinese food. And, I mean, it's like, what can I do to get out of this shit? Because and I mean, it's nothing, but that's the mentality. You kind of
Chinese food doesn't have exactly the same kick that cocaine does. Just for
well, it depends on
Oh,
where
you
you
know.
get it. Seriously, I mean, could be a combo.
Yuri's math
it's the
teacher
luncheon
gifted another
special.
20 memberships. Oh my God.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go, but I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I want you above and beyond anyone else, and I appreciate you.
I
You
love
have
it.
a great night.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Call from
Don.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, how are ya?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. You remember me?
No.
I'm that crazy chick from Woburn.
No. Is that your
No?
name? No. What is your name?
No, my name is Donna.
Donna. Okay, Donna. And you're the
Yeah.
crazy chick from Woburn.
Yes,
It's
and
not
you spoke to my sister.
okay. That's slightly sorry. I'm just really bad with, and I met a lot of people while I was there in Boston, so I apologize.
No, you didn't meet me. I spoke to you on the phone, and I told you
Oh,
how
okay.
I backed up.
No. I remember now.
There you go.
I remember now.
With the prosthetic dolls.
Right.
By the way, I hated Barbie dolls. I cut their hair. I ripped their legs off. So you're right. You're on point.
Right on. Excellent. How are we doing?
So I have a few people here that want to speak. I have my friend Lisa, the girls, and I have one other person. Look at them. I have one other person that is actually like close personal to this case. Would you like to speak?
Sure.
So his name is Richie, and here he is.
What's going on, Will?
What's up, Richie?
Hey, big time fan.
Right on.
You and Turtle Boy, you guys have been doing the best out of everybody on YouTube.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, my father-in-law, actually, I'm not going to say any names, obviously. He is one of the lawyers for the SPAM, which is the State Police Association of Massachusetts, and he's pretty adamant that the state police didn't do anything wrong. So I'm kind of banking on that. They are found wrong, because I've been arguing with them for a while about this, and he thinks it's all about the text messages and all about that, but it's a lot deeper than that, as we all know.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's like I've been trying to get him to watch everything, get him to try to watch Turtle Boy and you and everything, and he's just not trying to see any of it. And he's telling me, I think she's guilty. I think, she didn't mean it maybe, but she probably backed into him and this and that. And
I
I'm
mean,
like, well, did you watch the trial?
common.
And he didn't watch the trial.
Right. That's the common opinion by people who are just too lazy or stubborn to do any actual research. It's just the way that is. Because I get it. If I were one of those people who judged a book by its cover habitually, I would look at Karen Reed and her reactions in court as, oh my God, she doesn't give a shit about anything, But that's not. But the fact is we know that she presents herself like this in court. She reacts the way that she does in court because she knows that she is innocent, and she's
confident.
She's confident, and she knows she's innocent. She knows that, and she believes in the truth coming out. So she's like, dude, this is ridiculous. She's trying to find the humor in it, so she doesn't like lash out and start screaming and yelling at people. I would do the same exact thing.
Yeah, that's why I tell him, I'm like, he's like, well, we got to wait for all the facts. I'm like, we got to wait for the feds, because I don't have any trust in the state police. He thinks he has trust in the state police, internal affairs, all that. I said, no, we're gonna have to wait for the feds, and you're gonna see everything's gonna come out, but you're gonna have to wait for it. And he says, we'll see. And I pray to God that Levy does the right thing, and then.
I think Levy is doing the right thing. I think Levy is doing the right thing. I mean, I think that I feel as though the Sandra Birchmore case wasn't just about getting justice and getting the getting to the truth, but I think it was also Which
Get into the next case. Yeah.
for the press conference as well. You know what I mean? The press conference is very telling in that sense. It was to send a message. It was to
Correct.
send a message.
Anybody that's going against the grain,
I think
is going to get it.
I think there's a lot of panic happening behind the scenes with the more information that becomes public. I think that there's a lot of panic behind the scenes, and that panic, it's the U.S. Attorney's job, it's the FBI's job to investigate and get to know what's going on behind the scenes. And if they're hearing that there's this panic, and if there's a fear that somebody might try to silence somebody to try to not get them to talk, I think that it was I think that by the press conference, it was to send a message that, okay, nobody is above the law. We don't care if you're a cop. We're gonna charge you, period. And I think that they finally had enough to charge for Sandra Birchmore's murder, and that had that two-prong effect where it was, you know, not only just getting something done in Sandra's case, but also sending a message like, we're coming, we're gonna get everybody. This is, you know, they wouldn't have made it a point to go, hey, this is for everyone to understand that you're not going to silence witnesses, potential witnesses, you know. So
right. I think some of these state troopers got comfortable just, you know, doing whatever they wanted, and when it comes to it, it's like, you know, they all have families at home. They're really not that, you know, crazy. They're not that tough. They're not going to be able to handle jail, and they're going to start singing like a canary. You're going to see it.
I mean, I think so too. I think once somebody gets, you know, once they have enough on somebody, because that's contingency, is getting somebody to talk. That's contingency is that's what getting somebody to talk is usually used for, unless it's the only thing that they got. You know, it's the only play that they got is to get somebody to turn. But I think that there's probably plenty of evidence where they don't even need anybody to have to turn. So I think that they're just collecting shit on everybody who can be implicated. And you have to understand if so, who's the big fish in all this, right? The big fish is Michael Morrissey, right? So
he's letting it all happen under his nose.
Right. So if their job and their objective is to catch the big fish, well, then what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to collect a lot of evidence, because it's not just the Karen Reed case that Michael Morrissey's office had their hands in. It's not just the Sandra Birchmore case that Michael Morrissey's office had their hands in. It's a lot of other cases. So it takes a lot of time to collect a lot of evidence and review all of those cases to collect enough evidence to have a big enough case, a case to take and indict everyone who needs to be held accountable for Sandra Birchmore. So this is going to take time. They're building cases, not just the case. They're building cases. So,
oh yeah, they come correct.
Right. Yeah. This could take years, people, you know? So
it's fine with me as long as they all go down.
Exactly.
They're all going down.
We've got to be patient and let Mr. Levy do what he's doing. You know, he knows what he's doing.
I hear you.
He knows what he's doing.
All right. It was a pleasure talking to you, Will.
You too,
Crazy
Richard.
Donna wants to talk to you again. That's up to you if you want to talk to her again. It was a pleasure talking to you, Will.
I got another minute. Why not? Put Crazy Donna back
All right,
on.
real quick. I'm the crazy one. Yes. Well, when you come to Boston, you need to let us know when you come in. We'll take care of you. I work for a hotel company. We'll take care of you. And listen, already freaked out with this whole situation. And listen, they're all going fucking down. Every fucking single one of them. And they should, because they're all dirty, which again, like I said before, they sucks that they're all dirty, but then there's a few that are real. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I have a situation that I'm in right now. Remember, I proved it. I backed up my 30 miles an hour thing, right? Number one, Proctor, he's done. They're all fucking done.
Yeah.
Every one of them. And they should be. And you know how they left out certain things of the case that the
You can
defense
tell
didn't
that
bring
they're
up. Well, that's
scared.
coming for the feds.
You can tell that they're scared. You can tell by
Oh, of
actions
course
being
they are.
taken because the people are watching. You got Buchanan showing up at people's houses, knocking on doors and
Mhm.
asking them questions over stupid shit over fucking posts and shit like that.
Right.
Like that means they're scared. That's what that
Yep.
means.
Too much shit has been left out,
Right.
and they're not bringing it forward, and they're leaving that for the feds for a reason. Because think about it. You know, the dog, for instance, they have to produce that dog if they're going to bring a second trial, which there's no fucking way they're going to do that.
I mean, they are. That's happening.
Yeah, but it's happening, but is it going to actually happen?
Yeah. I mean, I think so.
You know what I mean?
I think so. And I think it's going to be, it's going to show the world how corrupt Norfolk County is.
Right. Well,
I mean,
the whole state is really.
I don't want Karen to go through it, but
No, it's not that she has to go through this shit.
But I feel
Fucking
like
sad.
all it's going to do, besides be a pain in the ass for Karen, all it's going to do is ultimately be more vindicating towards Karen eventually, and Turtle Boy even for that matter.
Right.
So I mean,
If it wasn't for
when this
Jesus.
does go to trial, it's actually going to be a good thing, aside from the headache it obviously is for Karen and her family. But
now, let me ask you this: how in the fuck is she going to get a fair trial? How are you going to pull 12 jurors from the state of Massachusetts after they've all seen it? They have no choice but to release this and get rid of it, because they're all going to get fucked. Every one of them.
yeah. I mean,
Right?
I trust Karen's defense team.
I do too, 100%.
I think that even if let's just say that you don't trust them because of certain mistakes they might have made in the last trial, I trust them to be badass lawyers enough to learn from those mistakes, to have a better understanding this time around of what they're dealing with. Because the thing is that kind of blatant corruption is so unbelievable, you can't help but be stunned, and it's going to affect your quick decision making. Like, you got to be like this.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking, you got to be like this at all times when it comes to dealing with what Norfolk County is capable of. They're clearly corrupt, and they're willing to do anything to cover up their corruption and continue their corruption. It's really crazy. And I don't think that the defense was fully ready for that yet, because they still, if you're good people, you're going to give other people some level of the benefit of the doubt, because make no mistake, every time that the prosecution did something or Judge Bev did something, we were shocked by it, but we weren't surprised. But make no mistake, the shock has an effect. The shock is going to affect your decision making and being able to do what you need to do. And I think Karen's defense team is more aware of this time around.
Right. And I think they left certain things out because the prosecution gave them everything that they didn't even really have to call many witnesses.
What a case. They have no case to bring forward. It's insane.
No, they didn't.
They had no case the first time around, and the second time around, it's going to be even worse.
Right. And again, she's not going to get a fair trial, so they're going to have to either Lally, that little shit needs to pull his head out of his ass, because you know what? He just got thrown into that mix, right? And now he has to prove, he ain't proving shit. He gave the fucking defense everything they needed, right? And now what? Now you're going to do it again? I wouldn't want to be that lawyer doing that shit, because now this girl's not going to get a fair trial. And then what? More money is going to be, it's just not right. You know, I mean, like I said, I've been in trouble before. I've done my shit, done my time, and it is what it is. But you know, enough is enough. End this shit. Call it a fucking day. Let the feds take over, and that's it.
Right.
You know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Me too. I've never seen this in my life, and I'm like, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm old enough.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, it's crazy, but enough is enough. But listen, you need to come to Boston. Tell me that's crazy, people, bitches, and we'll take care of you. Like I said, I work for a hotel. I'm not going to say which one, but I'll take care of you. You come to Boston. We got this.
Right on. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Donna.
You got it. We'll be calling. And don't worry, I have no dogs with no heads missing. Where's your doggy? We love your doggy.
Oh, he's behind me asleep. He's just laying there.
Aw, Roo.
And I got to take him out in a minute. So, but
All right.
thank you,
Go
Donna.
smoke up.
All right.
You got it. You'll be there for me soon.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, folks. Guys, I had a great time. We always have fun no matter what. It's fantastic. We always have fun no matter what. I had literally nothing planned here. I just wanted to hang out with you guys, and I'm really glad that I did. And man, yo, can we give some more love real quick to Yuri's math teacher for gifting 40 memberships tonight? That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. So yeah, a lot of new members tonight, man. I'm really, really blown away by that. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, man, this is absolutely wild. So yeah, Yuri's math teacher, bro. Insane. So yeah, I am gonna go ahead and wrap this up, folks. Sorry. I mean, I've been on for 3 hours, and I know normally usually when I jump off here around this time, you guys get to jump over to Turtle Boy, but I think Turtle Boy postponed his stream until tomorrow. So but I'm done for tonight. I would stay on longer, but I'm really not up for it. But yo, you guys have been incredible. I love hanging out with you guys. And soon, I guess I'm gonna be in touch with Jesus Christ. I'm new to the channel, or the channel's new to me. But I'll be on that channel soon. You all know who they are. But I'll be on that channel too. I feel like a dick, but I like that channel. I've been in the chat a couple of times, and great panels, always great panels. And I will also, what else was I going to say? Yeah, Calling All Beings. Calling All Beings is the name of the channel. So I look forward to hanging out on that channel. And soon I'll have Attorney Melanie Little back up here. You guys seem to dig that dynamic. I know I enjoy it. It's fun. She's really fun to talk to. Yeah. So you guys are absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I was reading the chat. I love my trolls sometimes. They're just fun. And yeah, I'd like to get in touch with the Las Vegas cops. I think they would be fun to talk to. I think people would enjoy seeing them interact with the likes of me. Because I get the feeling those guys are really fun to talk to. So I really look forward to reaching out to them and seeing what I can do and putting something like that together. But anyways, guys, you guys are absolutely fantastic, man. Seriously. I had a really great time, and I really, really look forward to the next time. I love you guys very much. And that next time will be happening very soon, my friends.